What's up, everyone? Pags here at MEI Studios. We're going back-to-back Royer Labs this week with a look at one of their latest offerings, the 25th anniversary R-10 Hot Rod Edition. If this is your first time here, or if you're returning to the channel and haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please give it a tap now. It'll really help us grow the channel. Since we looked at the history of Royer Labs in the last video, there's no need to rehash it. Check the link up top if you want to check out the history. This video was a suggestion by one of our viewers after seeing our R121 video. I had been curious about the R10 for a while and had almost picked one up not too long ago when Royer dropped the R10 Hot Rod. I wasn't all that excited about paying an additional $200 for 5 dB extra output. However, the transformer upgrade did push specs closer to what we see on the 121, and my curiosity got the better of me after doing our last video. As we know from our ribbon mic video, link up top, there's really only 3 components of a passive ribbon mic. The motor, which consists of the magnets and the ribbon, and the transformer, which knocks the signal up a bit and can also provide some protection from phantom power. Since phantom power always comes up when talking about ribbon mics, let's just take a minute and talk about it for a second. Some older ribbon and dynamic mics don't have a transformer stage, which leaves them open to being damaged by phantom power. While most manufacturers don't recommend that you use a ribbon mic with phantom on the line, as long as the transformer is in there and you're not ripping 48 volts across the tip of a TRS patch bay with the mic in line, you're probably not going to do too much damage if it's there. If you're in a situation that phantom is just always there and you don't really have a choice, consider either getting an active ribbon mic or using a mic activator like a cloud lifter that'll eat the phantom power and provide you with a nice high impedance pre-stage before you hit your preamp. It also takes the phantom power out of the equation at the mic level, but I digress. In both the R10 and the R121, we have an extremely similar ribbon, motor, and in the case of the Hot Rod Edition, the transformer is realizing the same impedance and a really close output sensitivity. The R10 features a rubber internal shock mount system that'll help if the mic gets knocked around a bit, and after all, this mic is built to be roadworthy. The regular R10 has a sensitivity rating of -54 dBV, whereas the R10 Hot Rod has a sensitivity rating of -48 dBV. The R121 by comparison has a sensitivity of -47 dB. In my tests here, you'll see this equaled out to about a difference of 0.2 dBFS difference in the DAW when using the same mic pre, the same cable, the same source, etc., between the 121 and the R10 Hot Rod. The only glaring difference between these two really is the body. The R10 has these giant holes in the side of the body as opposed to the intricate slots carved into the 121. Royer says that the larger cutout will reduce comb filtering issues. However, I've never really noticed any such issues with the 121 in over the 15 years I've had the mic. For my money, this is going to be the biggest difference here. Having more of an open grill is probably going to be the main tone shaping difference between these two mics, since almost everything else seems to be a parity. Let's take these mics into the studio and see what the difference is sound-wise. We're going to put these mics on our piano in front of our guitar cab on some clean overdrive and distorted guitar. We're also going to test one-to-one using our Dynamount to help out. Then we're going to turn the mics around and listen to them on some acoustic guitar, and finally we're going to put them up in the room as a drum room mic. It would be about 6 feet in front of the kit, but let's get to it. I've had some comments questioning placement between takes. I just wanted to start out this conclusion by saying when testing the front and backs of these mics between almost all of the takes, they almost null out. Here's a quick example of the front of the R10, then both the front and the back of the R10, and then just the back, and then both again. I try my best to get things as lined up as exact as possible. If I hear something off, I'll sometimes run the passes multiple times until things are right. I don't always film the retakes since I hate doing video, but what you're hearing is usually as close to matching as I can get it given the circumstance. And this has relevance here in the tonal differences between these two mics. I'm definitely hearing a way more forward mid-range in the R10, but more bite and maybe more clarity in the R121 with an overall more sculpted sound. And this isn't a positioning issue. The front to back difference between the two is comparable. I hear a slight edge when using the backs of the mics on both of them, but they both retain their main tonal characteristics overall, just a little bit brighter, as advertised. Is one better than the other? No. Are they very different? Yes. So I went in thinking these weren't going to sound drastically different from one another, and I was proven wrong, thankfully. Having a $900 price difference between the standard R10 and the R121 would have probably irked me if they sounded way similar. I could hear this mic excelling with cello, horns, and woodwinds. Am I ditching my 121 for electric guitar for this? No. Is it now a different flavor in the arsenal? You bet. Am I sold on $200 for 5 dB of gain and a black badge and a cap? No. I'd still love to hear from you though. Do you have a standard R10? Do you have a hot rod R10? If so, what are you using it on? What are your thoughts between the two mics that we looked at this week? Is the Resident Evil 4 remaster worth picking up? Let's chat. If you've gotten anything from today's video, please hit that like and subscribe button. It'll really help us out. If you're interested in studio mics and other things audio related, please hit that notify button so you'll be notified when we put up a new video. We're going to start branching out into other areas of the studio soon and cover things like mic placement, things to listen for, and may look to do some live content as well. If you noticed, our channel is organized by playlists, which I'm hoping will make things easier to find in the future as our collection of content grows. If you have any suggestions for a video or any questions regarding this one, please use that comment section or send us a message through our website. I'd love to hear from you either way. Well, that's it for this time. This is Pags, signing off.